reconnaissance. It was preparing to unload a military cargo valued at approximately $22 million US, including hundreds.
Everything seemed to be within a safe zone.
Olia port, where the vessel had docked, was protected by medium-range Buk-M3 surface-to-air missile systems.
But what the Russians did not know, the entire voyage, from the moment the ship departed Banderbus in Iran, and at the very moment Russia's logistics network appeared most secure, when containers were being opened and cranes prepared to move.
The Ukrainian LUTN-196, a long-range attack UAV carrying a 165-pound shaped charge warhead.
It did not appear by chance, nor did it come alone.
All three aircraft advanced in an offset triangle formation toward the pier. This was the decoy lead strike tactic, a three-layer structure widely used in modern UAV operations.
Throughout the flight, Luti was guided by the two decoys. Each time they emitted strong signals, Russia radar. Thus, each cycle of deception and penetration unfolded exactly as rehearsed from hundreds of prior reconnaissance drone flight hours. All three UAVs coordinated seamlessly, covering nearly 500 meters of airspace deep inside Russia.
The onboard processing system confirmed the source.
In under 10 seconds, the radar station triggered Level 2 alert, red warning icons flashing across the air defense command screens.
Activate Pantsir S1, defend Olia port.
From the northern fuel depot of the port, the Pantsir S1 battery surged to maximum output. Its fire control radar spun rapidly, locking onto both targets. 57 East 6 missile tubes elevated vertically as warning sirens pierced the night over Astrakhan.
Just 14 seconds later.
In less than 20 seconds, both decoy UAVs exploded. Two blazing fireballs, scattering burning debris into the Volga River. But they had no idea. This was precisely the trap Ukraine had set.
The real game was only beginning.
Less than 1,500 feet to the south, Lyuta N1-196 was closing in.
This was the art of radar evasion. At its current speed, it needed barely over 4 minutes to reach the pier.
At 3:46 a.m., inside an underground Ukrainian control cabin, a sharp beep echoed.
Льот увійшов у коридор атаки. Напрямок замкнено. Порт Оля 4, Пірс Оля.
This was the beginning of the final phase, where even an error of less than a second could see the drone disintegrated in the dense air defense net. On the control screen, the final target was now fully visible.
A large cargo vessel, nearly 600 feet long, 90 feet wide, with a displacement
Its hull built of multi-layer reinforced steel plating. This was Port Olia 4. The operators understood this perfectly and knew they needed maximum focus.
A precise strike would be the worthy reward for countless sleepless nights.
The ship was guarded by two infamous layers of air defense.
The Buk-M3 system, with the 9S-36 radar and 9 R-31M missiles, capable of ranges up to 43 miles.
According to Salichin's height, four reserve fuel tanks, each holding nearly 5,280 gallons of
Once the target was confirmed in range, the control officer ordered offset 4 degrees starboard, drop altitude, activate passive-only guidance.
Immediately, Leoti banked slightly, descending another 49 feet, skimming above the sea surface, riding the radar reflection waves from the pier walls.
Lebuti was a long-range suicide drone developed by Ukraine in 2024, designed specifically for deep penetration sabotage missions. This UAV had become the ideal weapon for surprise strikes, where a single hit could trigger a devastating chain reaction.
At 3:49 a.m., with only 1.3 miles remaining, the final attack was executed. The shockwave ignited all fuel tanks below deck, generating instantaneous pressure exceeding 40 pounds. Multiple Shahed UAV containers detonated in sequence, scattering fiery fragments into a steel storm that rained across Pier 3.
The blast toppled cranes, ignited warehouse roofs, and hurled cargo trucks aside.
The deafening roar echoed across a radius of over 12.5 miles.
Flames engulfed the deck. Port Olia 4's hull listing port side.
water rushing into the holds, turning the vessel into a blazing torch on the Caspian shore.
At 3:50 a.m., just 48 seconds after impact, the Pi's fire suppression system activated, but it was useless. The main blast had already consumed the entire deck, where dozens of Shahed containers were stacked.
Each Shahed 196 weighed 440 pounds and carried an 88-pound warhead. When in under 3 minutes, at least 15 secondary explosions shook the port complex. Footage posted on Telegram by Astrakhan residents showed a column of flames hundreds of meters high lighting up the night sky.
Container fragments and burning UAV wings raining onto warehouse roofs nearly 2,300 feet away. By 4:15 a.m., Port Olia 4 was half submerged, only its bow faintly visible amid the inferno.
For the first 3 hours after the blast, Russia's Ministry of Defense remained silent.
Pro-Kremlin Telegram channels issued only vague reports. A fire has occurred at Olia Port's warehouse caused under investigation.
It wasn't until midday, August 14th, that Russia officially acknowledged material damage at a...
Yet, commercial satellite images released immediately afterward exposed everything. A large cargo vessel almost completely destroyed.
Pier 3 blackened, steel structures deformed. It was a key link in transporting Shahed UAVs from Iran across the Caspian into Russian territory.
With the vessel and its cargo destroyed, Russia lost at least 300 Shahed drones in a single night, equivalent. The strike demonstrated that Pantsir S1 and Buk-M3, despite their sophistication, could be easily deceived by decoy drones.
That LUTN-196, flying low at medium speed, was nearly invisible to radar.
That the Caspian defense system, once deemed impenetrable, contained fatal flaws.
Immediately after the strike, Russia was forced to lock down Ola port, banning civilian and military docking for at least 72 hours.
Deploy additional Pantsir S1 units and Podlet K1 radars around Astrakhan to patch the air defense gap. Suspend the transport of Shahed UAVs via the Caspian corridor, a direct blow to Russia's logistics chain. For Ukraine, this was a rare strategic strike.
With a single Liam, ship.
On the night of August 14th, 2025 in Astrakhan, Ukraine wrote another chapter in modern warfare.
A lone drone flying low in the darkness could shift the entire strategic balance and turn Russia's